Richard, how did this meeting come about? I know that you had been in talks with the likes of Saudi Arabia and possibly other players as well. You pulled out of those after the death of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, for example, and that brought you to this meeting. Explain the origins of this investment.
Well, when we sadly couldn't go ahead with the Saudis, I decided that I would fund Virgin Galactic to profitability myself through the Virgin Group. And then we got a call from Chamath, who said that he was keen to have a look. And he went to see our space people, spent some months looking into it. And why don't you carry on from there?
Well, I mean, I'd been an admirer of the business from afar. And then we had a bunch of mutual friends who were early customers. So I was always wondering what's really under the hood. And when I got to see the business, I was pretty floored, quite honestly, about what they built and the quality of the business that it would become. And so it took us 9 months, but we got here. And
you were going to be chairman of the board with a $100 million personal investment as well. So Richard, did you talk with other funds? Did you look for other backers in Asia, for example, or in the Middle East?
No. Yeah, as I said, I mean, we did have the deal from the Saudis. That was not possible. And you know, if we were to actually take this public ourselves, it would take a long time. So I think the Chamath's approach seemed to work very well for us.
Chamath, was this the last roll of the dice for you? My understanding is that the fund would have had to return investment money in September. Richard talked about the fact that this has been 9 months in the gestation. You were cutting it a bit fine, weren't you?
I don't think so. You know, we'd met more than 200 companies over many countries over the last 2 years. It did take us 9 months to do the diligence required to really get under the hood and understand what they built and to feel comfortable across all aspects of the business. Could we have done another one? Sure. Could we have invested in something else? Yeah. But I think that we found the absolute best company, something that'll thrive in the public markets, and frankly, something that's going to capture an enormous amount of consumer interest, giving the average person a chance to own a bit of space. And I think there's, frankly, nothing more exciting than that.
Richard, the average person's going to own a bit of space. When is the first flight going to be? Let's try and nail that down.
Now that we're a public company, I'm going to have to be very circumspect in what I say. So what's happening at the moment is we're moving the whole operation to New Mexico, and that's where the spaceport is. We're moving our rockets there. We're moving our spaceships there. We're moving our motherships there. Then we'll do a few final test flights from New Mexico in the new situation, and then I'll go up, and then the public will go up. I'm not going to give a specific date because I'm told I'm not allowed to. But we've had 2 very successful flights into space recently. We've made 5 astronauts, the first 5 astronauts to be made in America since 2009. So we're after 14 years of hard work getting this far, we feel we're on the verge of something very special.
Now, it's very exciting because you specialize in suborbital flight, slightly different from Jeff Bezos' outfit and also Elon Musk's outfit. They're looking at slightly other segments of space, if you like. 56 miles above the Earth and 3 times the speed of sound, which you have now hit. You did say that you'll go up in 2019. Will you?
If our brave test pilots are ready to say to me they've now tested the craft through and through, I will go up when they tell me to go up. But whether it's by the end of this year or slips into next year, we'll see.
How many customers have paid, what, $250,000? What's it up to now?
So we closed out booking people 5 years ago because we had 600 customers. We've got $80 million on deposits. Since the test flight, we've had 2,500 more people saying they want to come in. And our research indicates that there's a very large number of people.
This is an incredibly capacity-constrained market. Just servicing the customers we have will take 2.5 years. Once you convert some of these 2,500 people, the first 3 or 4 years of operation is already mostly spoken for.
Okay, but Chamath, let me just I'm going to try and after what you just said and what Richard said, I'm going to try and nail down a little bit more detail on when this is all going to happen. Are there any clauses in the deal that you've struck with Richard about when that first flight has to happen?
No. The model that we are operating from, the operating model around which we're building the business, shows that we're going to be in commercial operations within a year. And the first half of next year is when we'll start to see the really ramping of customer flights, of revenue-generating flights. We expect profitability in mid 2021, and it's a business that, frankly, should achieve real scale by 2022,